Hey everyone, this is Geeky Panda here, providing guys with another one of my videos, and this time I'm going to be thoughts on the Battlefield 2042 beta, specifically the Specialist system. Now I know people have been posting about the Specialist system and all that dandy stuff for their thoughts of the beta, but here, finally, let me put down my 2 cents. First off, I overall enjoyed the beta for a couple of things, including the vehicle combat and the air combat. Rolling around in the tanker, flying in the helicopter, causing chaos was a great experience. And then having my friend Dorkly Moogle like, Panda, what are you doing? You know, in my ear, because, you know, it's Dorkly Moogle. The Weapon Plus system, awesome. I love it. Customizing my weapon depending on the situation instead of going back to the menu, the respawn, loading out for long-range battle, then coming back and it's like, oh, I needed, you know, close range combat because they're storming the building at this point. You know, I love it. Tornadoes, though, the tornado coming in, I love the fact that everyone literally stopped and half the server would just want to get sucked in. I'm like, you know, this is absolutely fucking hilarious to me. This is just so awesome. And I hope to see more Levolution like that in the other maps. Like, one of my most fondest memories is the Battlefield 4 Siege of Shanghai map, which was featured in the beta as well. But when that building fell down and the map changed because of it, I love that, and I hope to see that more in 2042. Now, the elephant in the room, the Specialist system, which the Specialist replaced the class system, and I think it was a big mistake. The Specialist system, I felt underwhelming. You know, just, it feels like it doesn't really promote teamwork at all. The Specialist system just made you feel more selfish, pretty much. And on top of that, since because everyone looked alike, there was literally no differences at all. Like, you were playing on both sides, had the same camos, the same setup, you know, this looking the same. There were more situations of me not firing on an enemy because I thought they were a teammate for a quick second, and that quick second was, you know, all they needed to get the edge on me. You know, if this was like a hardcore map, there'd be so many, you know, team kills because of it. It just, there was no way to differentiate friend from foe, even though the friend had like the little blue marker. It's just, in a quick, you know, when someone comes right close up in your face, you're like, oh, it's a teammate. Oh, wait, no, it's an enemy. So, it's just, the weird is just they need to do something about it. Like, just go back to the class system, because the Specialist has like a weird mixture of like weapons and abilities. Like, there's specific abilities for each of them, which are unique, and then that you could do like a weird mixture of equipment, you know, instead of like the class system. Each class has their own unique things going for them, you know, like the engineer could repair stuff. They also have the rocket launcher as well, or you know, an AA launcher to take down, you know, air targets. You know, the support gives, you know, ammo and stuff like that. You know, the medic class gives you health, or, you know, depending on which battlefield you play, of course, you know, it could be different. It could be different from depending, but it's just each of them brought something to the table. And with that, it promoted teamwork because people who had the medic class kept healing, people who were support kept throwing the ammo. In this beta, I rarely saw major teamwork involved. Like, I didn't see people throwing out ammo bags as much. I didn't see people throwing out medical packs. I didn't really see people, you know, utilizing the medical class, because the medical operator Falk, you don't know if that, you know, medical dart gun was working or not. The revives were janky. You had the chance to pick up your friendlies down, you know, their weapon instead of reviving them. And that's why I think, you know, just give them defibs and just, you know, at least you can avoid that. It just felt very weird to me. It just felt like, you know, everyone's out to do their own thing instead of, hey, we're a squad, let's work together. And that's, to me, it's just, it's like situations where it's like, okay, you know, you're on top of a big, gigantic rocket hangar, and there's a helicopter literally lighting up the rooftop and stuff like that, and people are just trying to use, you know, their Stinger launchers on it, and then they run out of ammo, and they realize, oh, we all, you know, have Stinger launchers, we all have other stuff, who has the ammo? You know, who can, you know, resupply us ammo that we need to help take this target down? It just, I really don't think it works for a game like this at all. Please go back to the class system. Like, even they sent out an email, a survey to people asking if they like the Specialist system or they want to go back to class-based system, because to me, I was excited to play Battlefield 2042 for Battlefield 2042, but now I'm more excited for Battlefield 2042 to play Battlefield Portal, so I can like play the more Battlefield experience with it. You know, because, you know, people are gonna, you know, like, let's have like an original, you know, Bad Company 2 or Battlefield, you know, 3, you know, the gameplay that we all know and love. Basically, I'm more excited about that than the actual 2042, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But it's like Battlefield Portal. You have the ability to bring things back the way they were, maybe little tweaks here and there, and have fun. That's why I'm like, okay, at least in Portal I could play with the class system, all of this stuff. And this, it's like just feels stupid. It just feels like Battlefield's trying to be like a MOBA shooter. You're not. You're just a game where like two armies duke it out in a combined arms scenario with an arcade like experience. You don't need to. And I know some people out there, it's like, oh, Battlefield needs to stay on top, Battlefield needs to feel fresh, and I'm like, it's not the approach that they should do. The Battlefield series have always had a class-based system ever since the beginning of 1942, all the way up to Battlefield 5. There's always been classes. This specialist system, I feel like it's just really stupid. Like, in other scenarios, like a Battle Royale, which I hope the God Has Its Own is not a Battle Royale, but that's another story entirely, and we gotta wait and see what that trailer has. That could work, but in this case, no. Please, no. Like, I just want things back the way they were with a class system. I think it would fix a decent amount of problems with, like, having people being more proactive with teamwork, healing, reviving, giving ammo, repairing vehicles, and all that dandy stuff. Like, it was hilarious because it's like I was, more often than not during the beta, had my vehicle repaired more than me getting ammo or getting heals, which is weird. But, thank you, Dorkly Moogle, for repairing my vehicles. Plus infantry combat felt like really janky to high hell. Optimization needs to work. Spotting system, I prefer the previous Battlefield spotting system. The one now is just like, my character calls it out without putting a marker on the area where my team could see where the tank is or the helo. And TTK is weird. It needs to be a bit faster. But it just feels like they're trying to do more of a casual, more casual approach to try to get new players in and attract the Call of Duty crowd. But just the specialist system, something that should have been unique, it just ends up being half-baked and just underwhelming and just does not promote teamwork. I don't like it. It's just, please, DICE, just go back to class-based system. I think it would be a lot better, or that is just have Battlefield Portal ready at launch so I can go in Portal and just play with a class-based system. So other than that, that is about it for today. Please post that in the comment box. So what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with my opinions on the specialist system? What other parts you thought in the beta were good or bad or iffy? Post it right down there. Don't forget, I do have a Patreon page if you want to help support me. I do stream on Twitch and on YouTube weekly. And above all else, I hope you guys stay safe out there. This is Geeky Panda here. I'm out. Stay geeky, my friends.